Okay, so here OOPS concept is our as part of our core Java training. So today we are going to start about the Java strings. Okay, so let me open this Java strings. Java strings. Okay, so before going to that, I want to show you that one picture. Okay, so okay, fine. So uh, here before going to discuss about this string, string is nothing but a in Java. Of course, string is immutable. Why it is immutable, we will discuss in this call in this class only. Before we are going to discuss. So actually, what is string? So if you see here, Java. See, Java is a name. Heap is a name, right? So Java is a string. So every statement is a string. Okay, every statement is a string, and so whatever the variable other than numerical, okay, numbers. So everything will be defined in a Java as a string only. So string is the uh, most played role in Java. Okay, so it is nothing but a collection of characters or collection of chars. Okay, so J is one character, A is one character, V is one character, A is one character. Java, right? So string is nothing but a collection of characters. So in that case, we should have in JDK characters as a interface. Okay, then only we will have this string, right? So that is the first point. The second point, how we can create a string. Okay, where it is stored in Java. Okay, in Java JVM. Okay, so in JVM we have a heap memory. Okay, so here in heap memory, especially for string, so string is having a special kind of memory inside heap memory called string pool and string pool constants. So in string, so how we can create a string? We can create a string in a two ways. Okay, one is a literal and one is a new object. So string s1 equals to cat. So this is what s1 is the literal. Literal means constant. Okay, string s2 is equal to cat. So here you are defining two times as a same string. Maybe this reference are the different, right? So whenever we are creating a two cats, right? Whenever you are creating a two literal objects or two literal constants, okay, two literal string constants. So at that time, our Java or a JVM, it will not create the second cat. So instead of that, it will it will point out the same kind of same same string. It will point out the same string, even though you are defining in a program here. Still in memory it will point out the instead of creating it will just point out the same string. So that is what a string constant pool. Whenever you are defining a string using literals or variables or constants, okay, so it will always use the string constant pool. So this is one behavior of string. And whenever you are creating a new string, so you can also create a cat using new string. This is a kind of creation of object, right? So whenever you are creating an object, right? Objects and objects are always stored in a heap memory. So this is the heap memory. Okay, whatever you are seeing in a blue area, this is a heap memory. Now the cat is creating here. So this cat is literal or variable string literal. So this cat is object. Okay, this cat is object. Now you can check s1 double equal to s2. So s1 double equal to s2, it will be true. Why? Because the same cat is there, right? Even though we are having a two different references, but it is pointing out to the same cat. So that is the reason it is true. S1 double equal to S3. This is the S3, right? So maybe S2 double equal to S3 or S1 double equal to S3. So we can compare S3. It is not. Why? Because this is also cat, but it will be in a different address. It will be in a different area, right? So while using the double equal method in a strings, it will always check the address of the variable. Okay, address of the string. So these two are address is here, and S3 address is here, right? So even though the content is same, but this is false because of this address is different. This reference variable pointing out in a different area, which means double equal method in a string always checks the address of the string. We have equals method also. We will see equals method always check the content of the string. If you are checking here s1 equals to s3, it will be true. So we will check, simply we will check that. So let me create a class here. Once it is done, we will go string test class. Let me create. Okay. String s1 equals to cat. Okay. String s2 equals to cat. String s3 equals to new string of same. I'm creating a same object. It is a string, right? Sorry. Now okay. So this is what we are discussing, right? So if you see here s1 double equals to s2. Why? Because s1 and s2, even though we are having two objects here, literal two constant here, these two are stored in string constant pool memory. Okay, string constant pool area inside the heap memory. So that is the reason this will be true. This will be true. Okay, so we can define here. So just I am printing. Okay, fine. So S3 will be heap memory. This object will be created in a heap memory, but this address of this object will be different. But here content, the characters are same, always will be same. So if you want to equal these things, you need to use the equals method. Okay, equals method. If you want to equal the address of the string, you need to use the equals method. Okay, double equal method. So double equal. Okay, so equals is different and double equal is different. So double equal will always checks the address of the string. So address of the string in the sense, here s1 will be the same area and s2 will be pointing same, but s3 is pointing at the different area, cat. It is a heap memory. The blue is the heap memory. This white area is the string pool constant or string pool. So all constants will be stored here, and objects will be stored here, okay, in heap. So now you can see here. So we are expecting this will be the true and this will be the false and these two will be the true. Okay, let me run this. See, sorry, address of the string, right? Differences are different. Yes, these two are false. So this address is different, right? But even the same constant, address is different. So this is the false. Okay, sorry, my mistake. So you can see here, S1 and S2 will be the different addresses, but different variables, references. Even though different area, addresses, but it will take the same constant only. So that is the reason we are getting here. These three are different areas, okay, different references, which means different hash code will be generated. So if you print here, print that hash code of the string. S1 dot hash code, okay, S2 dot hash code, S3 dot hash code. What here it is giving? S1 equals to S2, but it is giving true. Why it is giving true? It will not, right? Okay, but it should give it. Okay, we will check. It is having same hash code only. Hash code will be, it will be content of the string. Okay, as if the hash code is same, but it should be true, right? It should, S2 equals to S3 will be false. That is okay. But why it is showing false here? S1 equals to S2, S2 equals to S3. Of course, we are expecting these two are the true only. Hmm. Let me check one more example. S1 equals to S2 true. S1 equals to S3. S1 equals to S2 true. Okay, same, right? We are using same only, right? String S1 is equal to cat. Okay, let me run this. Yeah, why it is coming false now? Now it is coming false. This is true. This is false. Yeah, these two are true. What is the difference between previous class and this one? Let me check. Okay, so okay, I am taking the space here. Let me save here. Yeah, now it is coming. So sorry, my mistake. So again it is coming false, right? But it should, yeah, here also space is there. Sorry. So while defining strings, we should be careful. Again it is coming false. Here false. Why it is coming false? It should be true, right? Cat and cat. So here, what is the difference between these string? Okay, maybe we need to check. Okay, now it is coming. Okay, that's fine. So it is not taking properly. Okay, that might be the reason it is giving. Okay, are you clear now? So we are not closing these two. This is considering in a S1 double equal to S2 is the different characters between because of we are not considering these two is one part, same part. So by closing this these two variables inside the method, so that is the reason it is not taking properly. Now it is taking properly. So here uh, S1 equals to S2. So we know these two are the references in the same place, but S3 is the different place. So that is the reason it is giving the false. Okay. So here the equals method we are using. So equals method always check the string constant pool. So content of the string. So S1 will be the content is the cat, cat. So S3 will be the content will be the cat. Okay. So this will be the true. Okay, S1. So let me give the small c here. So small c. Again it will be fail. It will be false. Why? Because small c is the different and capital C is the different, right? So let me run here. See, it is giving false. Are you clear? So again, this will be created in, of course it will be created, but still the characters capital C and small c is the different. It will have the different ASCII values, so that it will whenever it's comparing, it will check the each and every character ASCII value. So ASCII value of the computer, the characters. So it will be different. So whenever you are having the content, the same content, so then only it will be free. So are you clear?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So let's come to here. So Java string and constant pool, string pool and Java heap memory, how the string will be created and how the string characters are storing in a string constant pool as well as heap area. We are clear, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Now we will go to the from starting onwards now. Okay. So Java strings. So in Java, strings is basically an object represents sequence of char values, right? Sequence of char values, of course. Core Java is a string, strings is a string. In a core Java, a sequence of characters, right, are chars. So C is one character, and O is one char, and R is one char, E is one char, J is one char, A is one char, V is one char, and A is one char. So this is nothing but a collection of characters or sequence of characters. Sequence means in a sequence, line by line, side by side, right? The sequence of char values is nothing but a string. So an array of characters works same as a Java string. Okay, array of characters. Tell me, array of characters also it will work as a same as a string. So we will see that. So strings are used to storing text value. Exactly. The name string name equals to some name, Simons or any Java, any other candidate name, right? So it will be storing in a text. The text will be it will be double quoted. Okay, a string variable contains a collection of characters surrounded by double quotes. So this will be the double quotes, right? Double quotes. So this will be the double quotes. So it will be surrounded by double quotes. So inside this you can give any characters or alphanumeric any character, it will be string only. Any special characters, it will be string only. Sorry, it will be string only. So you can define any character, computer character here inside the double quotes. It will be string only. Okay. So what is in string in Java? Generally, string is a sequence of characters, but in Java, string is an object. Okay. Why? Because this is a class. You can see here. You can see here. String is a class. Okay. If you see here, open declaration. So the public Java final Java string is a class. String is a class, which means it is an object. So from the library, we are able to see string is a class. From the java.long.package. Okay, so in our case, java.long.package is the default package. So that is the reason it is not showing the import. If you go to internal implementation of the string class, so this class you can see here, it will be imported from the java.long.package. Okay, fine. We have a different methods in string. If you see here, different variables, char values, and it is implementing serializable interface, comparable interface, char sequence interface. Okay, so internally this class is string class is implemented these many interfaces. Okay, so serializable interface, why? Because string will be vary one place to one place to one place, or one area, one class to another class. So it should be serializable. So that is the reason it is implemented serializable. And comparable, whenever we are comparing strings, it should be comparing strings, it should be compared each and every character of the string. So that is the reason comparable interface it is implemented. And char sequence, so it will be compared character by character, right? That is the reason char sequence also it is implemented. Fine. Now the string value, strings is the this is one constructor. Okay, so directly it will come as a value, dot value. So string original, so this is the same method you are taking parameterized parameter string. Okay, so string in character also it will take array of strings, value comma string length. You can give the array of strings is the one method. If you define a different array of characters, it will be take the string value, it will return the string value. Okay, so like that we have different kind of methods in a string class, we will see. Okay, now coming to here, so java string class provides a lot of methods to perform operations on strings, such as compare method, concatenate method, some of the important methods I mentioned. Okay, so equals method, just now we see equals method here, s1 dot s2, s1 dot equals to s2, inside the string class only, right? This is the object of the string, so we are calling this method. Okay, so equals method, split method. So whenever you are having a statement, if you want to split based on some regular expression like space or comma, or we can use the split method. Okay, length, length method, and length means the count of characters, right? The uh, length of the string. Okay, replace, compare to intern and substring, etc. So these are the some of the main important methods in a string class. Java.long.string package implements the serializable, comparable, and char sequence. We see just now we saw, right? So you can see here, see, you can open here, go to top of this class. No, system I opened, right? String. Okay, so you can see here serializable and comparable and char sequence. That is what here mentioned. Okay, implement the string char sequence. So char sequence also it will be implemented. It will be implemented by the, of course, string class, string buffer, string builder. So these are the main three classes in a string. So string is immutable, and string buffer and string builder as the mutables. So content of the string will be changed from here, but here it will not change. Why? Because we will see. Okay, how to create a string object? There are two ways to create a string object here. Okay, one is the string literal, one is the new keyword. So this is what we created here. This is what we created. One is the literal, and one is the new keyword. So objects we created, right? So coming to string literals, so s is equal to welcome, and s1 is equal to welcome, and s2 is equal to welcome. These three are the all all three will be pointed out here only. This is the stack, our memory, right? From the stack memory, the stack memory always will be stored in the references, whether it is an object, whether it is a constant, all references will be stored in a stack memory. Heap memory, it will store the heap memory will be store the objects. String constant will be store the constants, only string constants. This is the pool is mainly purpose of the string pool, string constants only. Now this is the entire heap. We both, this both will be comes under heap. This is the subset of heap memory will be constant pool. Okay, now in the above example, only one object will be created. Firstly, in a JVM will not find any string object with the value of welcome in string constant pool. That is the, it will create a new object. So whenever it is not finding JVM the same value, then it will create a new object here. If it is a constant, it will be created here. It will be s1 equals to, you will, if you give the dog, right, it will become here. S3 equal to dog, right, it will become come again point over the dog here. So like that, constants always stored in a string constant pool. So string objects are stored in a special memory area known as the string constant pool. So are you clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You go. Now one more question. Why Java uses the concept of string literal? Okay, to take Java memory more efficient, because the no new objects are created if they exist, if it exists already in the string constant pool, right? So if it is existing in string constant pool, it will not create the new object. So we can use the more memory in efficient way, less memory with the repeated or duplicate string literals or duplicate string constants. So that is the reason they are using, they defined string constant pool or string constant pool. Okay, okay, that's by new keyword. So we can create the new keyword welcome. So now it will be created in a here, here welcome will come here. Why? Because we already saw that, right, next previous one. So now you can see here. And also we can take the characters of string. Okay, characters of string. So if you want to convert this string into characters in string, array of strings you can use. So just now we are see here. So you can go here. Array of strings is the one method just now we are seeing, right? So see here, array of copy of values length. So these values we can give that array of copy and length. This will be give the string only, right? So we will see how we can use here. So you can see here character and s2 is equal to the new string ch. We are directly passing the value ch. It will take the convert the character array to string. So that is what method we are just now we are seeing, right? And s3 is equal to the example just we defined. This is the new string. This is the one string string strings, and also s1 equals the Java. So these are the three different strings. Okay, so output s1 and s3 are three equals, we can see here. Okay, so all three. So now why string is immutable or final in Java? So that is what the more asking question. So one is the, we are using in different areas, we are using in a repeatedly. So if you are using repeatedly in a it will be thread shape. So strings are implicitly thread shape. Why? Because whenever you are using multiple areas, the same thread point out with the string, same string, otherwise it will be uh, output will be wrong. So that is the one reason it will be thread shape and it will be immutable. And whenever we are using a key value pairs, the key always will be string. It will be string and unique and final. It will not change anywhere. Otherwise the hash map concept will be wrong. That is one thing. That is one thing, right? So another features or another values we will see now. Why it is string pool is the possible only because of the string is immutable in Java. Exactly. So in a more efficient way we are using memory. So that is only possible in a string if the string is immutable. So that is also one of the reason string pool memory area was created, because of the string is immutable. In this way Java runs runtime saves a lot of heap space, because of the different strings variables can refer to the same string variable in the pool. Exactly. Okay, so if the string would not have been immutable, then strings interning would not have been possible, because of their variable would have changed the value. If the it would have been reflected other variables too, right? So it will be pointed to the other variables, so then it will be again it is issue, right? So that is the reason strings are immutable. If the string is not immutable, then would causes the server security threat to the application, definitely, right? So for example, database username and password. Okay, database username and password are passed as a string to get the database connection, and socket programming host port details passed as a string. Since strings are immutable, its value cannot be changed. Otherwise, any hacker could change the referred value, causes security issues in the application. So this is also one of the main security cause. Okay, security reason. So whenever we are passing username and password or URL of the dashboard database, always we are passing as a string, right? So hacker can hack these values and they can change their those values, right? So servers will be collapsed. Okay, so in the security concerns reason, the string is immutable. So that is the reason, even though they are hacking, they cannot change the values. So they cannot do anything that constants, right? So that is the reason they cannot manipulate it or they cannot interrupt that program. So this is also one of the main reason. Since string is immutable, it is safe for multi-threading also. Just now we discussed it, right, before. So multi-threading areas. So whenever that one thread is pointing out the multiple thread classes and multiple areas, it should be the same value always. Otherwise, it will be, if it is varying or if it is changing that value, it will be again an issue, right? A single string instance can be shared across the different threads. So that is what different threads. This avoids the use of synchronization for the thread safety. Strings are implicitly thread safe. Okay, it will be sync. It will be synchronized to all areas. So all threads. Synchronization concept, thread safe. So strings are used in Java. Class loader immutability provides the security in the correct class loader. Class loader, right? So whenever we are loading the class loader in a JVM, so it will be getting the loaded by the class loader. So it will be constants. Okay, because of the immutability. For example, the instance where you are trying to load java.sql connection class, but the referred changed the my hacked connection class that can be do unwanted strings your database, right? So SQL injections also we can avoid, right? So they can hack and they can change that connection. They can get the all the data from the database. So it will be happens. So that is the reason it will be immutable. Okay. So because of these many reasons, because of this is also one of the reason you can see here. Since string is immutable, its hash code in cache in terms of creation of the does not need to be calculated again. So just now we see, right, the same hash code we are getting from s1 is equal to cat, s3 is equal to cat, s3 is equal to s4 is equal to cat, same hash code, right? So because of the immutability, hash code will be the same. Because of the hash code, the map key will be stored in a hash map. You can see candidate the key in a map and it's processing faster rather than the hash map key objects. So this is the way string is mute, most widely used as a hash map keys, right? Because of these unique values, because of it will be not changed, right? So these many reasons, string is immutable. Okay. What is string constant pool? This is also we discussed. Now this is also we discussed. This is what a string constant pool. This is what string constant pool. This is the heap memory. This is also we created. Just now we done this is also, right? So how many strings getting created in a string pool? So whenever we are creating here, so of course only one string here, right? So you can see here. So now you can see small difference, final versus immutability. So now we can check that this is also, this is one most important question. Okay, now we will see. So final is nothing but whenever we are having a final keyword, final is a keyword, immutability is the behavior of the string. Final is the keyword where you can define this final for the variables, method, methods and class level. So this is the, if the class is final, you cannot extend. If the variable is final, you cannot change that value. The constant, okay. Immutability also, you cannot change that variable, but it will be applicable class level, method, variable level, method level. We will see. Final, in a final is a modifier which is used for a class, method and variables also. Okay, this is the keyword. Finally, is the keyword. Immutability is it is a behavior of string. So when a variable is declared as the final keyword, the value cannot be modified. Cannot be modified essentially as a constant. Okay, it is a constant. So what is the immutability? In simple terms, immutability means unchanging over the time, unable to change. Okay, unable to change. So you cannot change over the time whenever you are accessing that variable. Okay, in Java we know the string objects are immutable, means we cannot change anything in the existing string objects. So now we will see example, we will see. Okay, that is fine. So final means you cannot change the object's references to point another references or another object, but you can still mute its state, which means use setter methods. Examples. So state means it can be we can add another final. We will see how we can change that state of that variable. Whereas immutable means object's actual value cannot be changed, but you can change the references to the another one, right? So we are immutable, so references we can assign to another state. Okay, we will see that. Okay, the final modifier is applicable variable but not for the objects. Okay, objects we cannot uh, add. So both are always sequel behaviors, same behaviors, but little differences. Whereas immutability objects for an object but not for the variables. Exactly, immutability behavior for the objects only, string objects only, for the not the all the variables like int variables or double variables. It will not affect the variables, only string literals. Okay, so by declaring reference variables as a final, won't get any immutability nature. You can see here. Yes, so if you are defining a reference variables s1 string s1 final string s1 equals to cat, it will not get any immutability nature. Even though reference variable is final, we can perform any type of change corresponding object. Okay, so final means we cannot change, but final will not be affect to the objects, that we will see. But we can perform the reassigning object that variable, we will see now. See here, final string buffer, new string buffer hello. Okay, so which means it should not be changed, right? So final but the final will not work for the objects. That is what we mentioned, right? sb dot append gfg hello gfg system dot out dot println. You can see here error, it is coming. So why? Because string buffer is a object, string, right? So here we are appending, and string buffer sb is equal to new hello world, so we are printing. But here giving the error, cannot assign a value to final variable. Why? Because objects are not acceptable as a final, you cannot, right? So that is the reason it is giving a compilation error. Okay, you need to remove, only final will be applicable for variables. Variables in the sense class level variables and a class and methods, but not the object references. That is what we read here. So that is the reason it is giving the error here. So now we will see here, final string buffer sb new string buffer, it will be wrong. Why? Because final will be the, we cannot add final to this one. We can perform any change in the final as a as variable here. So sgv, if it is a variable, so hello fg we can, if you are defining variable, right? But we cannot reassign the final variable, we cannot reassign the final variable. So here no object will be created. So we will see, this is also will be wrong, hello world. So we can see here, let me copy this. See, so even though you are assigning reassigning the variable string buffer, sb is the final. So if you are giving the final, we cannot. Okay, we cannot, and we cannot reassign the variable, but string we can reassign the variable. So right, See, so even though you are defining this final, it will not affect anything. So whatever you are appending, it will come in. So if you are removing this one also, we are getting same. We are getting same. But if you are reassigning the final variable, hello world, SB equals new string buffer. Maybe. Yes, sometimes it is slow. You can see here, the final local variable cannot be reassigned. So whenever you are assigning a variable, if the final local variable, you cannot reassign again. So we can it will not take any new value. Okay, this is what it will give the compilation error, right? So are you clear? Final versus immutability.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now you can come some of the methods in a string. Okay. So intent method. So intent method will be let's try to understand the intent method in a simple program. Okay. So some of the strings object methods we will see here. So string s1 is equal to abc, s2 is equal to abc. These are the string constants. See, the goes to string pool. So this object will be goes to string pool. This object will be goes to string pool, but this object will be goes to heap memory. Okay, it will be stored like other objects. Okay. So now outer println s1 equals to s2, s1 equals to s2, it will be false. Why? Because even the same content but the different areas, it should be false. And s2 equal to s3, s2 equals to s3, it will be true. Why? Because these two are in the saved in a string pool, it should be true. That's fine. s1 equals to s1 intern. See, we are interning this method, this variable interning. What will be happens intern method? This should return the string with the same value, but from the string pool. Okay. So even though you are taking this one, right? Let's call this intern method on s1. So it will create a same variable. If it is not there, it will create the same variable. If it is there, it will be called the intern method will call the string pool. So now it will be string pool, right? Now s1 equals to s2. S1 equals to S2. Why? Because S1 will be the intent. We are using intent method. Now it is also showing it is also taking the same variable in string constant pool. Now S1 equals to S3 will be true. Are you get what intent method will take? So the same object, if the same object is it is having in a heap memory, the same kind of memory, if it is also having in a here. So by using intent method, we can point out the here. We can point out the here by using intent method. Then s1 will be the same here, same reference it will be shown. So that is the reason we are getting s1 equals to s2 is the true here. Are you clear about intent method?
Yes.
Okay. So you can read these points. Let's go to length of the string. Okay. So hello world. So length will be calculated each and every character as a 1. From it will be starting from the 0 to n. So space is also one character value, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So length of the string is 12. So including space. Okay. So length is this is the length method we are having in a string. So s1 dot or reference dot length, we will get that integer value. So this is the length method. So coming to joins two strings, where the join method or concatenation method, right? The first string is the Java. So system.println first. So it is coming as a Java. The second string, Java programming. Okay. Second string, Java programming. It is coming. Okay. Now the join strings. First concat, second. So S1 concat S2, first concat second. So you can use the concat method. It will be like a plus. Okay, it will be like a combining two strings using concat method, Java programming. Or you can print this. Or let me take this. See, so Java programming, right? Java plus programming, Java plus programming. It is concatenated by giving some space. We are giving a space here, right? So that is the reason it is giving space here. Now you can use the plus variables also. Plus variable also. String plus anything will be string. Okay. String plus number will be string. String plus string will be string. Okay. So let me take plus is also work as a string is the more powerful in Java. String plus number will be string. Okay. String plus string plus string will be string. Okay. So you can see here. See, it is taking joint string as a string only. Okay. Now it will be, see, string plus number will be string. Okay. String plus number will be string. Here. String plus string will be string. String plus string will be string. So if you give that plus, again it is a number. Again it is a number. Then only it will work as a additional method here. It will be number. It will not string here. So but string plus string here you can give 23, right? So this 23 is a string. Why? Because this quoted, double quoted. So string plus anything will be string only. But here it will work as a mathematical string, mathematical addition. But it will work as a Java string addition. So 23 plus 22, again 2, 3, 1, 2. Here it will be 13. So string is the more powerful than mathematical. Okay. So it will be string only. It is not will be addition. It will be string only. It will be addition. So are you clear? Concatenation method as well as plus will be how act as in terms of string, in terms of mathematical additions. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Comparing two strings. Just now we discussed it, right? So first dot equals. So first we are creating a Java programming, and second we are creating a Java programming, same kind of characters. Third is a Python programming. So first dot second will be true. First dot third or second dot third will be false. Why? Because content of the strings will be compared. So you can see here. First dot third will be false. First dot third will be false. First dot second. First dot equals second will be true. So just it will be equals method. Always check the content of the string. Content means inside the double quotes. Inside the double quotes. Okay. So this is what. Now string comparison by equals and compare to method. So we can compare these many values, these many methods using by comparing. Okay. So we will see what will be here. Okay. See, you can read all these things. Okay. No issue. So just now we discussed it. So S1 equals the Sachin, S2 equals the Sachin, S3 equals the Sachin. Okay. S4 equals the Saurav. Okay. So always equals will check the content of the string. S1 S2 true, S1 S3 also true. Even though different objects, the Sachin will be true. S1 will be S4. This is the Sachin. This is the Saurav. Of course, it will be false as expected. Now you can see here. We already discussed it. S1 and S2 will be the different objects. Why? Because this is the different hash codes or ASCII numbers will have. This will be the different hash codes and ASCII numbers will have, right? So the hash code of the S1 will be different. The hash code of the S2 will be different. So that is the reason S1 double equals to S3, S2 will be false, and S1 dot equals to S2 also false. Okay. Now, if you are ignored, when you are using equals method, it will be strictly will check hash code of that values and case sensitive of that values content. So if you equal ignore case means case sensitive, then it will be same. Then it will be give the true. Are you clear? The equal ignore case method in a string.
Yes.
Okay. So now strings are so now you can see here one more method I want to discuss here. Yes, one. Okay. Yeah, substring method I need to start. Okay. So S1 substring dot substring. So it will take one index, it will take two indexes, it will take beginning index and ending index. Okay. Always beginning index will be taken the starting character, ending index will exclude this ending index. So this is what you need to remember. Okay. So beginning index inclusive, which means include the starting character. Ending index will exclude this method. Ending index exclusive, beginning index inclusive, which means whenever you are giving a beginning index, it will substring method it will take the starting character, but ending index it will leave the end character. So right, so that you need to check here. So substring of if you give the 0, from 0 it will take the end of the string. Okay, end of the string. Let me, so index will be start from 0. Okay, so let me give the 0 1 2 3 4 5 programming. So let me take the 4 Java. Okay, so 0 1 2 3. So 4 I will give the 4 here. Okay, let me give the beginning index and ending index also. Just for methods, you need to know. 4 I will give, and 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 I will give. Okay, let me see. So this will be the starting index, this will be the ending index. So starting index is the J here, ending it will be exclusive A. So that is the reason we got Jav. Okay, so here starting index will be 4, which means it will be inclusive, which means we are getting Java. So starting will be include, so it will be include end of the index. So that is the reason we are getting 4 Java. So if you are giving 8 here, 8, so let me take how it will be. Now we are getting after 8 we content of the string 8, but it will take the before it will consider before, after before. So it will be 7 is the A. So we are getting this one. So are you clear about the substring method by passing parameters starting index and ending index? This is very important whenever you are trimming or whenever you are separating the getting the substring from the main string. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for the today's class, and
Thank you.
tomorrow we will not have any class, and let me check that our course. The next one will be the exception handling on Monday of your time. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so after I will stop this recording. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, and we will meet on Monday. Okay.
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 See you next Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, see you on Monday.